right to it. Right, so Akelon Wastes is going to be the map, and down in the bottom right position, we have got the teal Terran player. Oh no, actually pink Terran player, sorry, I better look at that right. It is Moomin. And up in the top left, we have got the blue Terran player. It is Cass. So, they are both sitting here being like, do you know what, maybe we shouldn't do Hellbat drops. Which is kind of cool. Of course, Hellbats are getting nerfed soon, TM. They have said that they're going to nerf them in the near future. It's going to be that their bonus damage to light is going to go to blue flame. And that basically means you can't drop them in and basically fry every SCV in a mineral line, which is a bit of a bane of most TBTs at the moment. So hopefully that'll be a positive change. Of course, there's going to be a buff to cloak as well. And now Cass here, stating the obvious, going to be like, well, I'm going to play safe anyway. And that's true, because this is what Cass does. I've cast him many a time in online events, offline events, and things like that. And basically what Cass likes doing is a little bit of harassment, then something, and then take all of the bases. And he doesn't just like take all of the bases with command centers, he'll take all of the bases with command centers, and then just continually build command centers. Like, just all the time. He never stops. It's kind of like when Day 9 was there and was like, probes and pylons, guys, that's what we'll do. Cass just heard, I don't need to make supply depots. I'll just make command centers. And that's what Cass does. And then at the end, he just like has no SCVs and just cools down mules everywhere. He has an infinite number of scans. It's all very fun. But yeah, that was a little bit off topic, kind of, in a strange kind of way. But in terms of openings from Cass anyway, just getting down that gas, got down the barracks as well. Moomin, she's just sitting here like, you know what, I got a gas, I got a barracks too. So they're copying each other, which is always cute in mirror matches when they go for exactly the same build. The actual worst game I've ever cast, and it wasn't because the quality wasn't good, it was an amazing game, but it was horrible to cast because it was a PvP. And literally, I'm not even kidding, for 36 minutes in-game, they did exactly the same thing. As in identical. They got the same units, the same army, they lost precisely the same number of resources, they had the same worker count, the same upgrades, everything the same, to like within about 3 seconds of each other. Now, you try doing that for 37 minutes. It's like nobody's ahead or behind. This is exactly equal. My goodness, that was challenging. But oh my goodness, it was an entertaining game at the same time. Now, we do see here Cass getting his command center. Notice, command center 1 of what could potentially be about 70. This is Cass we're talking about here. So, he's just going to keep making them from now. Now he's found the button to make a command center. And that's it. All bets are off. He's just going to make as many as he can. Because it's cool like that. Moomin, you said in the lobby, let's not Hellbat drop, yet you're making an armory. That seems a lot like Hellbat drops. Cass, though, he doesn't need no Hellbats. He's just going to sit there and be like, bunker. Bunker is a good option, but Moomin is having none of it. Pushes that Reaper back. The Reaper incredibly low. Will heal up with those combat drugs, but that bunker is not going to get secured. No. Cancelled. The Reaper is going to try and make its way up, though. Round the side here. Is going to be able to make it into the main base. And this is where some damage can be done. But more importantly, this is where that armory will get spotted. Of course, we do have the proxy factory, the starport also coming down. Now just sitting back here. Okay, the armory has been spotted. Is this some mind games? Because notice there's a tech lab here. Is it going to be a Banshee when secretly Cass is going to be thinking, ooh, it's going to be a Hellbat drop? We'll have to wait and see. Meanwhile, the starport very near done. A Thor drop. Oh my goodness, Moomin. A proxy Thor drop. This is amazing. I haven't seen this build in so long. And Cass is going to be saying, like, look, Cass is even getting out some Widow Mines. He's like, Hellbats are coming in. Better get some Widow Mines. I can defend this. I can make sure these Hellbat drops don't do anything. And then a Thor is just going to appear. Oh, Moomin, you have literally made my day in this first game. Of course, this is a best of 3. So we get to see at least one more fun game after this one, no matter what the outcome. Oh, the Hellion, where's he going? Okay, he's not going the right way. He's going on the low ground. Where's he rallied up to? Gonna go around, gonna come and check. And he's like, oh, look, no proxies or anything like that. I'm completely safe, apart from this Thor. Okay, Thor is here. He's loaded up. He's being carried in. He's assumed the fetal position underneath the medevac. In it comes. Moomin's like, oh, okay, that's an orbital command. Now it's just gonna carry on, start going up. Oh, watch out for the Widow Mine. Watch out for it. Gotta be careful, of course. Unlike Hellbat's Thors can't be healed by medevacs. That would be ridiculous. But now, Cass is just gonna be like, lol, what? Am I seeing what I think I'm seeing right now? The Marines are starting to deal some nice damage here to the Orbital Command. The Thor is busy doing this little bit of damage as well. But is it going to be enough now? We see slowly moving forward. The Thor is getting picked up once again. The Widow Mine is going to detonate, but luckily the medevac does have just enough health. There's nothing to be done here. A single very, very nice Marauder, joined by his buddy now as well, will be able to dismantle that Thor. So Moomin not doing quite as much damage as maybe she would have wanted to, but she has still managed to force that lift on the Orbital Command while taking her own and still while being an absolute boss and getting down another Thor, because Thors are awesome. Literally, rushing Thors is just spectacular. It makes me wish that you could like rush battle cruisers and rush up carriers in legitimate games, but I'm trying to remember. Someone in the chat, I'm sure, will remind me of the last time that was done in a legitimate game like a battle cruiser rush. But it can be done. It is possible. These Hellions are going to start chipping away at the supply depot wall off. It will take them a small eternity, but at the same time, Moomin is trying to push up around the Vikings though, dealing nicely with the medevac. The Thor and Marines are just like, hell no am I going up there. The two Marauders in the bunker too means that Thor would have to be very careful. Back and Moomin's place though, we do see that the Hellions just slowly chipping away. Notice that the SCV has had to cancel the command center being made of the natural, because otherwise it just wouldn't go down. With these Hellions here, a single Marine is there. The SCV going to come and try and repair. This is the bravest SCV in the world. It's unfortunately going to die trying to save the supply depot. But if it goes down, suddenly there's very little to defend this. Moomin already starting to split up the SCVs. Gonna try and make sure that nothing goes down, because that is always dangerous times, and trying to get as much spread on these SCVs as possible while the Thor slowly waddles his way back. The Marines slowly waddle through too, but the Hellions, they're doing such a nice amount of damage. Moomin unfortunately losing quite a few workers, so a small clump of them could get fried very quickly. One more shot from these Hellions would do it, but the Marines, they are cleaning up. Oh, the Marines go down, but the Thor, the hero Thor, saves the day. Unfortunately, Moomin did still lose 11 workers in there. The Orbital Command floating down here for Cass. This factory, the starport, hasn't done anything either after getting this Thor down. So the Thor, while it is working away, is going to be met by a good chunk of Marauders. Nice little micro there as well by Cass, pulling back the damage Marauder, making sure he keeps up that firepower. And suddenly Moomin is under a lot of pressure because the might of the Marauder and Hellion army is approaching. The bunker rapidly trying to get constructed. The Thor, unfortunately, too big to fit in a bunker. Why don't they make bunkers Thor sized? Because that would be crazy. But yes, now the Thor slowly waddling back up the ramp. Moomin, at the very least, is losing a massive amount of time for being able to mine the natural, whereas Cass has happily got that income coming down. The work count 37 to 25, and yes, there's a tank, yes, there's a Thor, but will it be enough? I just don't know. Cass, he's in a good spot at the moment. He's getting up some more barracks. He's getting all his production going nicely. I have no doubt he'll start a third command center shortly. The Vikings coming in, getting a little scout saying, okay, what's here? Landing the Vikings. That's going to soak up some of the tank fire. While Cass runs up the ramp, snipes off the tank, and there goes the GG. Lovely play landing the Vikings. And Empire's Cass will take the first game of this series.